All concepts of personal development and the philosophy of success are based on the premise that there is a conscious mind and an unconscious mind, and the union of both forms who you are. Anyone who has experienced situations of imminent danger, such as a potential car accident, and in mere milliseconds performed several actions like calculating space, choosing a route, and avoiding an obstacle knows what I'm talking about. Consciously, it would be impossible to think and calculate all of that in such a short time. It was the unconscious mind that executed the commands automatically. Most of the automatic commands we perform are controlled by the unconscious mind, even the simplest ones. When you wake up and get out of bed, you don't need to think, well, now I need to lift my torso, turn to the side, put my feet on the floor, and stand up. You just do it automatically. Just as you perform simple tasks automatically, the activities that can be performed by our unconscious mind are practically limitless, and we cannot afford to overlook this power. I'll give an interesting example of people who have a mental program to wake up at a specific time. Even if they set an alarm, these people always wake up moments before the alarm goes off. Isn't it incredible to think that your mind was able to count hours, minutes, and seconds while you were sleeping and wake you up at the exact moment? This is just one of its magnificent powers. Yes, your unconscious mind has the precision of a clock, something unthinkable to achieve consciously, right? Our conscious mind, although it plays a vital role as a gatekeeper, is quite limited in terms of the activities it can perform. In fact, for many processes, it is incapable of doing anything. The lack of knowledge about the conscious and unconscious mind keeps most people living limited lives. In percentage terms, I would say that what our conscious mind can achieve in our lives amounts to, at most, 10%. In other words, the other 90% depends on our unconscious. Now, do you realize how much we miss out on by not using the powers of our unconscious mind? If you program your unconscious mind the right way, there are practically no limits to what you can achieve in life. The importance of the conscious mind. The conscious mind performs the role of the gatekeeper. We are today the result of our predominant thoughts from the past. The thoughts that are most frequently repeated become embedded in our unconscious and, over time, shape who we are at the moment. In other words, we are today the accumulation of our past thoughts. Imagine that your mind is like a plot of land. The concepts you produce or receive from others are constantly thrown onto this land, like seeds. The concepts you accept as valid remain in the land, and the ones you consider invalid are removed. For example, if someone tells you that if you jump and shout 3 times, you'll grow taller, it's very likely that you'll consider this concept invalid, right? Why? Because based on the prior knowledge you have, jumping and shouting 3 times has no connection to gaining height, and therefore, this information will not become part of your land. Well, let's say another person believes in this. Since their conscious mind accepted this concept as true, it will be planted in their mental land. The example is absurd but perfect for you to understand the importance of the conscious mind as the gatekeeper. Jumping and shouting 3 times leads to gaining height is a false concept, isn't it? However, if the person's conscious mind accepts it, for whatever reason, as a true concept, it will become part of their land, and the set of seeds planted in that land will form who they are as a person. Everything planted in our minds will grow. In the future, the mental trees we have will be the union of the seeds previously planted. I use this different story to illustrate what the conscious mind does. It analyzes the facts that come into your life. Those it considers valid are attached to you, while the others are discarded. For this reason, it's necessary to have a well-trained conscious mind, because if it accepts as truth things that are not real, those untrue facts will pass into the unconscious mind and become part of you. To summarize, who you are today is the result of what you accepted as true in the past. If those concepts were really true, great, your mental foundation is solid. But what if you accepted as truths concepts that aren't real? There's a common belief that if a person is born poor, they will die poor. Many people believe this. It doesn't matter that this concept is false. If the person's conscious mind analyzes it and accepts it as true, it becomes ingrained in their unconscious. From there, a million opportunities could arise for that person to escape poverty, but since their mind is wrongly programmed, they won't even see these opportunities because, in their mental map, there is no road for a poor person who did something to escape poverty. These unreal facts now become part of you because your conscious mind declared them true in the past. As a result, they passed into your unconscious mind. Likewise, if your conscious mind programs your unconscious to no longer consider them true, they will no longer be a part of you. Can you grasp the importance of this? You are consciously able to program or reprogram your unconscious. Since your unconscious is capable of performing unlimited tasks beyond our comprehension, you can see the power you hold in your hands, or rather, in your brain. Think about it. Your unconscious mind is capable of performing practically anything, and you, consciously, are capable of programming this unconscious mind. In other words, you can program it to carry out the activities you desire. The power and danger of the unconscious mind. Well, I hope you have absorbed the concepts you just read and realized the immense power you have to transform your life however you wish. If this concept is still new to you, don't worry. Sometimes it takes a while for it to make complete sense. Just don't abandon the idea, because this can truly change your life, no matter what situation you are in right now. By programming your brain the right way, the changes you can achieve in life are practically limitless. Now that you know the power you possess, it's necessary to take great responsibility in how you use it. The unconscious mind is incredibly powerful and capable, but it does not have the ability to differentiate between positive and negative thoughts. Therefore, if you are doing positive programming, have developed a life plan, and are constantly repeating this plan to yourself, these concepts will be accepted by your unconscious mind, and it will start preparing you to achieve your goal. However, if you don't control the thoughts that frequently occupy your mind, the consequences can be catastrophic. Yes, the unconscious mind executes what it is programmed to do, whether you're doing this consciously or not. To better understand this, read my post about internal and external influences. Many people are currently experiencing negative outcomes in their lives and think, I didn't plant anything negative, so why is this happening to me? Well, think of the unconscious mind as a vacant lot. If you plant fruit trees, flowers, and grass, that's what you'll have in time. However, if you don't plant anything, the lot will, over time, be full of weeds, right? Absorb this concept. You didn't plant anything negative, but the weeds still grew. We were placed in this world to develop as individuals. It's a constant process, a natural and universal law. Whenever we deviate from this path, life tries to show us that we are on the wrong track. Using the example above, if you planted fruit trees, you are developing your land, which is why those trees grow and produce. If you didn't plant anything, you are stagnant, not developing, which is why weeds appear. It's a way for the world to say, hey, you're on the wrong path, do something. Now, do you understand how important it is to create a life plan and add one more brick each day to the construction of this project? By doing this, you are in constant development and in line with the natural law of the universe. So, use your conscious mind to program your unconscious mind correctly. That is, keep only thoughts that align with your life plan in your mind and ignore the rest. In other posts, I will talk more about techniques to do this. If you are not yet subscribed, sign up through any of the forums on the page using your best email, and you'll be notified whenever I post something. Also, if you'd like to help spread this material, share it on your social networks. I'm very grateful in advance.